Hi, Meteorologist Lisa Green here with a look at your forecast as we head into your Tuesday. We're ready to go now, and we're looking at conditions that are going to be on the cloudy side for some of us. And in addition to that, some sunshine too coming our way. We're more likely to enjoy sunshine today in the south and as the course of the day goes on, of course. And then in the north, more likely to see more clouds hanging around. So let's get into it. We are looking at right now your Skycam right from the station here in South Fargo over I-94 and University downtown in the distance on our Corwin cam, and looking at temperatures that are on their way up. We were down into, in some cases, the teens. Bemidji got down into the low teens this morning. We're now at 32 degrees there. You can see Fargo right at freezing as well, so is Grand Forks. And looking at temperatures that feel more like we're in the 20s and 30s as well, with wind chills here, or your feels like number into the 20s and 30s here this morning. So let's take a look at our wind speeds. We are looking at some numbers into the single digits out of the south or out of the east. So not really that strong. One wind speed at 10 miles per hour, but that's about it. So looking really light. And as we take a look at our radar and satellite map, you can see that we don't have a lot going on. There are more clouds again to the north, and there are some areas where we've had some snow showers showing up here. You can see some areas where we've got at least snow showing up on the radar. We'll zoom in a little bit more here heading into Kitson County. So right around the Emerson area, right along the county line, or the international border there, in fact. And so, you know, you might be seeing a few flakes in that area, but overall, we haven't had a lot as far as observations are concerned with what we're seeing on the radar and what's making its way to the ground. Out to the west, a similar setup where we've got some showers showing up near the Maddock area, and not seeing any reports of any precip reaching the ground there as well. And in fact, looking at Devil's Lake, that difference between temperature and dew point, pretty big spread there. So that indicates to me that we're pretty dry at the surface still. Jamestown, looking at some conditions there that are also pretty dry here this morning, even though we're seeing a little bit of rain showing up on the radar. So again, conditions are, you know, a little bit more moist aloft, and then still a little bit dry at the surface at this point in time. But still, don't be surprised. As we see our next system approach, we may see, with some clouds that pass through, that potential for some sprinkles initially before the rain moves in tomorrow. So here's a look at our planner. We're looking at, again, as we're going through time today, the potential for more sunshine as the day goes on in the Southern Valley. Temperatures will be more into the low to some mid-40s this afternoon, and sunny skies before, of course, the sun sets, and we see more clouds move in with our next system for Wednesday. Here's a look at your afternoon planner around the valley. Some low 40s to some mid 40s essentially for most of the valley. So a reminder, today's average high is 37 in Fargo, so we're running a good 5+ degrees above that in the region. So let's take a look at our hour-by-hour planner. Again, moving through time here, we do have some clouds in the south, and that may continue for a little while longer, but Northern Valley, again, more the focus for that potential for cloud cover to hang around into the afternoon. And you can see there's still that potential for some sun to break out in the north as well. And that's an area where we're going to keep an eye out for that chance for some early onset rain or light drizzle, or even just some sprinkles into the late night hours tonight. You can see streaming across the northern tier north of Highway 2. But as we head into tomorrow morning, here comes that next system. You can see that rain starting to move in toward daybreak, and then that will bring about that potential for some clouds, some rain, and just, you know, some general unsettled weather. So let's get into Tuesday here, a day where you may want those umbrellas on hand. We're looking at temperatures that will be still right around where we are today for highs. So that's not really a concern with this next round moving through, but we are watching out for some rain, and you could see at times there might be some, you know, nice rain shower coming down in some spots. This is now moving into the evening on Wednesday, still some spotty areas of some shower activity. And that may linger into Wednesday night. This is about 11 o'clock or after 11 o'clock Wednesday night. And then moving on and overnight and into Thursday, there in our eastern viewing area might be some spotty showers or even a few flakes in the northeast lingering with some cooler temperatures in the morning. So I'm not looking at a heavy amount of rain with this one. Rainfall potential is going to be on the lighter end. But, there might be some places that get up to a half inch of rain for some areas with this one. I think a lot of places may not even see much rain at all, maybe just a sprinkle or two. So it's going to be varying, but the potential's there. That's our next shot for seeing some rain here in the forecast. So let's take a look at our extended planner for today, tomorrow, and into Thursday. Really mild. We're looking at some low to mid 40s. We'll see those showers tomorrow. Then we're clearing out through the day Thursday. And we keep that mild weather going toward Friday and quieter too. And then toward the weekend, we may even warm up a little bit. We'll see temperatures getting more into the mid 40s to some upper 40s this weekend. So a chance to get a mild weekend in here as we head into Saturday and Sunday. So that'll be nice to take care of anything you need to. Maybe you've got some, Christmas decorations you want to get out. And that might be a good idea because we do have a cool down coming up heading toward Thanksgiving weekend. So here's a look at the next 11 days, so into next week. You can see Monday and Tuesday starting off just fine, but then we really notice a pattern shift, a change heading into next week. We're looking at by Wednesday that, and even Tuesday is a possibility for seeing some precip, and then heading into Thursday, the Thanksgiving holiday itself, that possibility is there for some rain and some showers. One thing I want to stress here is that our models are, what they are agreeing on here is that we're looking at conditions that are going to be more on the unsettled side next week, and that we're kind of shifting that pattern. What's still not in agreement, still not solidly in consensus, is that the timing and the location of when this will be. And I know that's kind of frustrating as we're planning our Thanksgiving travel, but it's something to know as we're looking kind of farther ahead into the future. That next week's going to be more unsettled, getting closer to the holiday, and after the holiday too, there's the potential for it. So, just kind of have that, plan B in place just in case, and just have an idea of what you might want to be ready for as we're heading into the holiday for any traveling you're doing. And then on top of that, we are looking out for cooler temperatures here again. You can see on Thanksgiving itself, we're looking at a temperature of about 29 degrees, so below freezing high, and then into Friday staying cool as well. And that cool down, depending on which long range model we're looking at, it could double down, get even colder, or maybe we stay closer to that range as we head into December. But either way, we're cooling back from where we are right now. And I do want to take a look at some of our indicators for that. So we're talking about that Turkey Day temperature drop here in the forecast. So we're looking at graphics here from the Climate Prediction Center, and they're putting out probabilities with these color contours. And we're looking at the latest 8 to 14 day outlook. So this was put out yesterday, still waiting on today's update. So as of yesterday, this includes November 25th through December 1st. And so that, right at the end of the month, right during Thanksgiving and Thanksgiving weekend, we do have from the Climate Prediction Center that likely above average in green there. The deeper the green, the more likely will be above average for precip. What could that mean? Well, it could mean we see several days of light precip, or maybe we see one day where we get a nice solid amount that puts us above average, but then the rest of the days we're doing okay. So take this all with a grain of salt, just knowing that it is looking more active. Also during that period, let's take a look at our temperature outlook. You can see orange, that's more likely above average in the southeastern U.S. And then for us here in the Dakotas and into Minnesota, we're starting to see that potential for below average temperatures creeping in as we head into that same time frame, November 25th through December 1st. So starting to see that cool down coming with that pattern change. And then looking farther ahead, now this is a little bit older. This was the 3 to 4 day temperature outlook as of a few days ago. I think 4 days ago on the 14th was the last this was out. And so, this is targeting the days of November 29th and lasting into December 12th. So those first couple of weeks of I'm just confirming here, yes, this was out as of November 14th. So this is the first couple of weeks as of that time frame into December. And you can see we're well within that blue. And again, that deeper the shade, the greater the likelihood of seeing below average temperatures. So what that means for us is that we're looking at a good possibility that during that period will be below average. There's a difference between a forecast and an outlook. A forecast is saying this is going to happen. An outlook is saying This is our probability. So the greater the probability means greater percent chance. But in that, there's also a percentage where we could be at average or even a little bit below average. So that's something to keep in mind as we look at these kind of graphics, is that, we're leaning that way, and it's looking a little more likely that we'll see those below average temperatures. And the models are showing that, which is why the Climate Prediction Center is putting out these kind of outlooks. So something to watch and to be prepared for as we head toward December, that it may turn colder as we head into the month, colder than average, what we expect to see this time of year. So again, now's your time to take advantage of the milder temperatures that we've got going on this week and into the weekend, and get your, your yard work done, get your decorations that you want to put up for Christmas out, and just be ready for the potential for some colder weather coming our way as we head into December. So enjoy, I guess, the 40s that we're going to be experiencing the next several days, and be ready again. We've been talking about that chance for rain tomorrow for a little bit more of a gloomy kind of wet day coming up for Wednesday before we have several nice days ahead, including the weekend after that. So enjoy your Tuesday, and I'm hoping to see a few more clouds go away and a little more sunshine come out here in the Southern Valley as we head into the afternoon, and we'll leave you with the sky cam to see where we're at right now. Have a great day, and we'll talk again tomorrow.